Because we did not create none of this. We are benefactors of God's grace. But a chick will say what you need to do to be with her.
Time to tap in now.
So if you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
You know what else costs? The gym, shoulder shrugs, dumbbell shrugs, upright row. The gym can run you from 50, Planet Fitness 10, LA Fitness 50, Lifetime running you 80 to 100. You got kids, you can go to the Y. They got childcare. Ain't nobody about to take you to no fucking restaurant if we can't go to the fucking gym together. We gotta start it off here. Cause if you the type of chick that's on this type of time, you're a loser.
You got to understand that essentially that most loser women, all they have to barter is their pussy. They don't have anything else. Men have so many other things to barter when it comes to the sex game and the relationship game. Like when you got to understand when, again, it's not their fault. Never look at it as like their fault because they all do it.
Basically, because people are so far away from basic tradition, basic relationship tradition, because people make up their own rules, because it's easy to upload a podcast, a short, a reel on Instagram and YouTube, motherfuckers can just say anything. Courtship does not cost, especially when you are living a wealthy lifestyle. Wealth is health and happiness. When you are at the National Nature Park, when you was at the gym, when you was studying at the library, like what people was actually doing in real life, at the coffee shop, that shit don't cost nothing. You want to go to a restaurant? That's entitlement. You don't deserve to be going to have nobody spend their money on you when you don't even have shown that you even believe in God.
So if you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs.
Okay.
You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something.
If she is thirsty, listen, bro. At 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, at some point you're going to have to figure it out. Meaning that if you thirsty, you're going to have to be able to purchase your own water. The logic is what's damaging. Because you can be prosperity minded to be the type of person to not only make enough for yourself, but make enough for others. And that's just the end of it. See, when you unconditional and infinite, you don't have to limit yourself by what the next person is doing or not doing. Because the question was posed to me, if you start a relationship with somebody and you end that relationship off with somebody, and we all know water seeks its own level, well, that is true, but there's also the law of rhythm. Nothing rests. energy keeps going and flowing. So if you met a person at a certain level, it was your responsibility to keep growing with that person through striving, through effort. You can't just sit back and make up the rules for what a man is supposed to do when you're not God, when you're not the creator of the earth and the skies. You're just a human being. And you should be figuring out how to support yourself and other people. Or you shouldn't be dating. You shouldn't be the broke one. You shouldn't use I need a man to do X, Y, and Z, so that could be my covering for me not doing X, Y, and Z. You should be taking care of X, Y, and Z long and before you come into the presence of the man that's going to love you. But if you sitting back with big shoulders talking about if you ain't making all of this money, like, don't no real man with standards that's under God want you anyway. Under no level. Visually, mentally, emotionally, you need to work on who you are as an individual, because the ways of the world, people falling in love every single day in all different types of tax brackets. If you would sit back and say, well, the reason why it ain't rolling for me or for you is because the niggas out here ain't making enough money, so they don't got enough money to take us out on dates. You don't deserve a date. You don't deserve a date. You have done nothing to help assist in building the kingdom. The people that get dates are the ones that are knee deep in building the kingdom, doing what they need to do every single day for the children, being so ingratiated with God's favor. Because we did not create none of this. We are benefactors of God's grace. But a chick will say what you need to do to be with her, when it's really the reverse. When it's really the reverse. And that's what a mature person would understand and understand. Because you could walk out all day, every day, and pass that pussy out like hotcakes, and niggas will come and take it. You could tell a man you want to get married, and you would then see, and then what? You want to have a lawful, wedded life that's under God's favor and order. Them same niggas that slide in you dick, those devil-possessed men, they gonna look at you like you fucking retarded. And they gonna be like, man, if you don't spread them legs open, I came here to possess you. I ain't come here. I came here to spread this goddamn devil's poison. I ain't come here to fall in love with you and marry you, silly. You gotta put in way more work than you putting in if you ever wanted to be in a serious relationship with a kingdom builder. You trying to make it your own way. What part of God, what part of spirit, what part of the goddess is just motherfuckers just making it to whereas you can make up all the rules yourself? Where you find that at, and how well is it working out for you?
You're gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date you when you have no money. If she doesn't have the expectation, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually you're gonna want to run. Because she doesn't stretch you, she doesn't make you the man that you need to be. The
type of man that a woman needs is the type a woman that's willing to follow God within herself. The type of woman that's able to listen to God and not listen to social media, not listen to podcasts, and not listen to videos that pull her further away from the man that's in front of her. You don't need to stress your man out. What part of scripture is that? What part of scripture is stress this nigga out, test this nigga's limits, don't help him, don't assist him, don't work for him, don't answer to him, don't listen to him. That man is not the authority in your life. Your feelings are your authority in life. Why?
She allows you to be the stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
Be cutting up.
I'm
You
just
talk about me.
saying.